People are starting to talk.
I don't know where she is.
People are starting to cooperate.
There's nothing to break me up.
I think she's come to realize that, she's in trouble.
That is a smell.
There are reports of 2 cinder blocks retrieved from the river.
That was brick. Like the brick on the bus.
Misty had been out on a drug binge for 3 days. Her and Ron had fought that day.
And my sources telling me police have obtained yellow rope from Tommy CROSLIN's home.
I can't help you find her body. I don't know where she is.
I told the family it's time. They have enough evidence that they can start making funeral arrangements for little Haley.
And she told him she didn't want to babysit, and he told her, yes, you are going to babysit.
Bring her back. I know somebody took my little girl. Just want our baby to come home.
They brought the family members into the sheriff's office.
He's not as strong at home as he is on TV.
He left the kids there with her, and she was still strung out.
They told him that it was now a homicide investigation.
It was the worst thing I've ever been through in my entire life.
Misty is being very coy about answering the question.
Would you leave your kids with somebody that's all doped up?
Back to Art Harris, investigative journalist at artharris.com. We are taking your calls live. So, Art, bottom line, I want a yes or no out of you. That's very hard to get out of a investigative journalist. But, Art, bottom line, was she shown deer bones? Are we sure those were not Haley's bones?
They're saying they were not Haley's bones. They were either deer or alligator bones pulled from the river. The question is, did police know that when they showed them to her? And was the announcement today, Nancy, that they were animal bones curiously close to our report on your show that they showed her bones?
Joining me right now is a special guest, the attorney for Ronald Cummings, Terry Shoemaker, joining us out of St. Augustine, Florida. Terry Shoemaker, do you believe police knew when they showed Misty CROSLIN those bones that they were not human bones?
I really don't know the answer to that, Nancy. I do know that after reviewing them and having them looked at by the appropriate people, that they have come back and said that they were animal bones. But at the time, I have no idea.
To Pat Brown, criminal profiler, author of The Profiler, My Life Hunting Serial Killers and Psychopaths. Pat Brown, regardless of what the defense attorneys list Ripka, Oceans, and Shoemaker might tell us tonight, the reality is that police can use a trick in order to get a confession. We just saw that in the Dahlia DiPolito case. The woman who tried to get her husband killed 6 months into the marriage. She contracted with a cop who she thought was a hitman. They set the whole thing up. It was a trick. All right? That's totally constitutional. What they can't do is beat a confession out of you, get a confession out of you without giving you Miranda rights, torture you, punish you. There is a host of things they cannot do, but trickery ain't one of them, Pat Brown. Right. Yes, no.
Yes. Well, Anthony's saying you have to be fair and not misleading. I don't know what lawyers we'd have left in our defense system if that were true. But the police can do whatever they want as far as being tricky. And they could have just pulled those bones out and not even said one way or the other. They say, look, here are the bones. That's their purpose, is to see if they can get her to give up a confession. That's perfectly fine. It's legal as heck.
With me right now, another special guest, the grandmother of both Misty and Tommy CROSLIN, Miss Flora Hollers, joining us out of Nashville, Tennessee. Miss Hollers, are you now suggesting that Ronald Cummings, Haley's father, may somehow be to blame for her disappearance?
Yes, ma'am, for leaving the kids there with her.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you. Repeat.
Yes, ma'am, for leaving the kids there with her all strung out.
So, are you convinced in your own mind that your granddaughter, Misty CROSLIN, and grandson, Tommy CROSLIN, and Joe Overstreet are all three responsible?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
What scenario do you believe unfolded? What do you think happened that night?
Exactly what Misty told me, about the rope and the cinder blocks and her dropping her in the St. Johns River.
People are finally starting to talk. Where that's going to lead us, I don't know. But we're going to follow it to the end. And we're trying to make an arrest. We're trying to bring somebody to justice for this little girl right here and her family.